Court is about to get started on day 3 of the hearing in the murder of a well-known Detroit doctor. Desmond Burks is going before a judge for a preliminary hearing for the death of Dr. Devon Hoover. Hoover was a neurosurgeon at Ascension Hospital in Detroit and was found dead in his Boston Edison home back in 2023. Our Erica Erickson is following the case all week. She joins us now with what to expect today and a recap of what happened yesterday. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning. Now, first off, this has been a difficult case, of course, like any case, but there's a lot of restrictions the judge has put on this, so it's kind of difficult to even tell everyone about because I guess there have been threats made on both sides for these witnesses. So when we're speaking of them, we're just referring to them as witnesses, and we're not sharing names, faces, gender, anything that would identify them. So.
And this is very unusual, right, for a judge to put this order?
It is, and in the beginning, it was a little more lax, but now it's gotten even stricter. So
making it very difficult for you to do your reporting.
Yeah, but we're trying, and there was a lot of information that was given yesterday, and a few witnesses that took the stand. We heard phone calls from the suspect, Desmond Burks, to one of the witnesses, asking them to get rid of some belongings in a storage unit. 3 people identified him in surveillance video. He has this distinct walk. It's this limp because he had been shot. So he had been using a cane and a walker for some time, but he still has this limp. And the defense has been arguing, well, just because this person in this video has this limp and you can't see his face, that doesn't mean it's Burks. But 3 people identified him. Prosecutors also discussed a lot of transactions totaling about $21,000 taken from Dr. Hoover's account to Burks and to some of Burks' associates. One witness testified that Burks had been strapped for cash, and then days after, he was sending others just chunks of money, $300, $500, $600. And then he was seen on surveillance video wearing a watch that just 2 days before he was murdered, Dr. Hoover had purchased. And that was when another witness identified him there. And then text messages between Burks and Hoover and another witness, those were read also in court, and they were intimate, all of these 3. And there were some details given there that I'm not going to get too much into, but there was a bag that allegedly Burks had, and he asked this witness if he had it. This witness said, he testified that they had gotten rid of the things in the bag. And he said there was toothpaste, clothing, and some of Dr. Hoover's belongings, and this gun. And I keep slipping up here. It's hard to not say the gender of these people. But
and I want to pause and take a look at your story that you filed for us yesterday.
Okay.
He just said his doctor friend came to visit him.
3 witnesses identifying 34-year-old Desmond Burks, not only in surveillance video near Dr. Devon Hoover's white SUV just around the block from where Burks had been living, but with Hoover inside his home. Prosecutors say the 2 had been intimately involved.
And what activity did you observe?
I observed them have intercourse.
Hoover found shot twice in the back of his head in April of 2023. His nude body wrapped in carpet in the attic of his Boston Edison home. A witness testifying Tuesday that Burks had been struggling financially, selling drugs.
Did he do anything else to make money?
Yes, he sold himself.
But days after Hoover's murder, the witness says Burks had an additional cell phone, had been buying jewelry at the mall, and sending others money.
So he told you that the deceased person sent you money as well?
Yes.
The same witness says Burks asked them to get rid of a backpack after his arrest, inside finding toothpaste, clothes, a 9mm, and
a black and gray box with Dr. Hoover's name on it, and then inside was a pair of surgical goggles with his name inscribed on it.
That witness then says they watched Burks throw a gun into the Rouge River, later identifying Burks here, wearing the same watch prosecutors say the doctor purchased 2 days before his murder.
Yes.
All right, Erica, how much longer will this last?
It's expected to wrap up today. Prosecutors said yesterday that they had eliminated some of the witnesses from being called. it could go into tomorrow, but I think it sounded like they were trying to wrap it up today. So could he head to trial for this doctor's murder? It sounds like they had a lot of evidence. I think 300 pieces of evidence, originally 87 witnesses spanning different states and countries. They had this investigation going on. So yeah,
Anything
there's a lot here.
surprising for you, and imagine as a reporter just listening to all these details, it's hard to like figure out, okay, what's important? What do I need to focus on with your reporting?
I think what was probably, I think just the whole case in itself, you see these people who, on both sides, there are these people who are testifying who clearly care about the suspect and they don't want to be there. And that's really sad. And then on the other side of it, there is this doctor who his life is gone. And he was clearly deeply loved and admired in the community. And nobody probably wants to see details like this emerge. I said this yesterday about the family of the suspect. Now I'm going to say it about the family of this victim. I can't imagine how they're feeling having to go through all of this. So I think as a whole, this is probably really painful for both sides.
Appreciate your time, but yeah, you're right. A lot of personal details.
A lot of
being shared
personal
that people
details
would
that-
never imagine when you're sending these types of text messages that they would become public.
Exactly.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, Will.